Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Survive to Thrive. So, three reasons, get ready to take notes. Three reasons a home doesn't sell that should have sold: price, presentation, marketing. Now, the good news is the seller controls price and presentation, and you as a real estate agent control how the property is marketed. Now, that's script. In other words, if you're talking to a seller, David, there's three reasons a home doesn't sell that should have, like yours. Either price, presentation, or marketing. Now, the good news for you as a seller is you control two of those. You control the price and you control presentation. And as a real estate agent, I control how your property is being marketed. Now, I can promise you that I am an expert at marketing real estate listings to the right buyers in order to get my seller's goals accomplished. So the success of the sale of your home is 100% in your hands, because you're going to pick the price and you're responsible for presentation. In other words, how your home shows. Now, what I'm leading into, guys, is in a listing conversation, what has the greatest impact on that property being sold?
Price.
He's my new favorite. Now, what do you think the seller thinks? What is the most important ingredient to their home selling in the seller's mind?
Marketing.
100%. Steve, you're 2 for 2. Now, in a coaching conversation that I had recently, one of the agents that I was talking to shared with me that the seller was asking, what are you going to do to market my home? Good question, right? Now, if you get that question, I'm going to recommend that you don't answer the question, okay? Don't answer the question with a question. Don't start talking about what you're going to do to market their home, especially if you're not at that part in the presentation. You're simply going to say, we're going to get to that. I promise it's super important. And if I forget, please remind me. Script. Now, one of the questions that I would ask, though, if I were having a conversation with somebody and they asked me, why are you different? Why is your company different? Oh, that's a good conversation, too. My question to them would be, tell me, why is that important to you? Well, what do you think you're going to hear? Because it's going to make a difference in whether or not I get my home sold. Totally understand. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what do you think has the greatest impact on your home selling? Well, marketing, of course. Okay, I agree. However, there's more to it than that. Understanding the local real estate market, understanding how the market works, understanding supply and demand, all of these things play a part in whether or not your home is going to sell, whether it's going to sell for the most amount of money in the shortest period of time. You see, the key to getting their home sold is you, as a real estate agent, are the local economist of choice. First of all, that means you understand the local real estate market better than anybody else does. Now, because you're a local economist of choice, you're going to be able to consult your client on the right strategy in order to get their home sold. You're going to be able to consult them on when is the best time to put their home on the market. This is much more important than any kind of marketing that you could possibly do in order to get their home sold. And as a strategic pricing professional, that's the second reason why they should hire you. As a strategic pricing professional, you understand the right strategy in order to attract the right buyers for that property. Now, let me explain what that means, okay? And we're going to talk about supply and demand, and we're looking at a subject property that is here, okay? That's our subject property. This is the neighborhood, and then this circle around the neighborhood represents a 2 to 3 mile radius around that property. Now, why is this important? Is because this is how buyers are looking. They're not just looking in that neighborhood. They're looking at other neighborhoods around the subject property neighborhood. Now, what do you think the average seller thinks? The average seller thinks buyers are only looking in their neighborhood. So we need to help them understand that a buyer is going to look at all these other properties around your home. Now, the other way a buyer is searching for property for a home is in price increments. In other words, if I'm a buyer and I'm pre-approved up to $600,000, then I'm searching $550,000 to $600,000. And if the seller tells me that they want to list the property at $625,000, because a buyer can always make an offer and we can always lower our price later on if we don't get an offer. Seller script, they go to school too. And two of their favorite scripts are a buyer can always make an offer, or we can always lower our price later if our home hasn't sold. True. And if we start at $625,000 and the right buyer for your home is between $550,000 and $600,000, if the right buyer for your home is going to buy between $550,000 and $600,000, if we start at $625,000, we're not visible to that buyer. It's like going fishing and hanging your bait 3 feet above the water. All right. You can know where the fish are. You can have the best fishing boat that money can buy. You can have the best bait for the type of fish that you're fishing for. And if you hang your bait 3 feet above the water, you're not going to catch any fish. Now, the fishing analogy is marketing. The best fishing boat that money can buy is the best marketing that money can buy. It's the best internet presence, the best internet marketing that money can buy. You know, back in 2004, 5, 6, it's interesting because everybody wanted to know, how many magazines are you going to put my home in? You don't get that question anymore. But that fishing analogy is marketing. All right. The best fishing boat that money can buy, the best marketing that money can buy, the best marketing that a real estate brokerage can offer. Hearing me. Okay. The right bait. It's the right marketing for the right property. You guys hearing me?
Yeah.
However, if you hang that bait 3 feet above the water, ain't going to do you any good.
Right.
Because you're invisible to the right buyer. Now, a lot of brokerages want you to think that marketing is going to make a difference, that brand is going to make a difference. It don't make no difference when you're 3 feet above the water. And who do you think is responsible for marketing that property? Is the broker responsible, or is the real estate agent responsible for marketing that property?
The agent is
The agent.
It's the agent. It's the agent. It's you. You make the difference. Nobody ever bought a home. Now, don't get offended, because I'm broker agnostic here, guys. Don't get offended. Nobody's ever bought a home because there was a RE/MAX sign in the front yard. Oh, I'm buying that home because there's a RE/MAX sign. Heck no, they don't care. They're looking for the right property in the right location at the right price, in the best condition. That's it. And you're the one that makes a difference here. Now, here's what else I want you to understand. Local economists of choice understand the local real estate market better than anybody else does. How many homes are for sale in the market? What's the average days on market? What's the average list price to sell price ratio? Those are all super important metrics. How do those numbers compare to last month, to the month before, to 6 months ago, to a year ago? What kind of trend are you seeing in the market based on those metrics? When you're the local economist of choice, you're working as a professional that is guiding your clients and consulting them to make the best decision for them based on what the market's doing. Now, when you're a strategic pricing professional, you understand supply and demand, and you understand how critically important this is to getting their home sold. Now, super quick, you're going to take, I'm going to use a different color. You guys see this okay? Because on my screen, it doesn't really show up. You guys are seeing the board? Yes.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so we're going to take this area, this 2 to 3 mile radius, and we're going to look at the market from 550 to $600,000. We're also going to look at the market from 600,000 to 625, 650,000. Let's do that. To 650. So we're $50,000 increments. These are two totally different markets. Get that? I've never had a buyer come to me and say, John, I'm looking to buy a house between 580 and 620. Never. It's always in 25, 50,000 and $100,000 increments. If they log on to any aggregator website where they're looking for properties, realtor.com, Zillow, whatever it is, they're entering price ranges that they're shopping, and it's always 25, 50 and $100,000. So I want to know what the market looks like 600 to 650. I also want to know what it looks like 550 to 600 because I'm a strategic pricing professional. Now I'm going to look at all of the active listings in that 2 to 3 mile radius between 550 and 600. So A, the math equation, guys, is all the active listings within that 2 to 3 mile radius between 550 and 600 around the subject. B is all the properties that sold, same area, same price in the last 6 months. Why 6 months? Because it's a math equation. That's it. It's the only reason, because it's a math equation. Now, C is B divided by 6. That's going to tell me how many homes are selling every 30 days. Now, D, I'm not off the screen here, am I? Good. D is A, the active listings, divided by C, the number of homes that are selling every 30 days, equals my the supply. Okay. C is the demand, how many homes are selling every 30 days. D is the supply. In other words, I have 18 active listings. 6 are selling every 30 days. So D would be 3 months. All right, now 3 months means there's 9 homes for sale, 3 are selling every 30 days. 3 months. In order for your home, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, to sell, you're going to have to be one of the top 3 out of 9 in the next 30 days. Now, that doesn't mean 30 days from now, there's only 6. Now you have to be the top 3 out of 6 because more homes are coming on the market. Those 3 homes that sold probably are getting replaced with 4 new listings. So 30 days from now, it's not you have to be one of the top 3 out of 6. It's now you have to be one of the top 3 out of 10. Because 3 sold, but 4 new listings came on the market. And the next question would be this. What does this look like for 6 to 650? How is it different? And then the next question would be, if you have to be, if 550 to 600 says that 18 homes are for sale, 6 are selling every 30 days, still 3 months. 18 homes are for sale, 6 are selling every 30 days, and 6 to 650 says 24 homes are for sale, 6 are selling every 30 days. You've got a 4-month supply. You've got to be one of the top 6 out of 24. Then the next question becomes, based on your home, the location, age, updates, how it shows, all of the amenities that you have to offer, do you have a better chance of being one of the tops? Remembering all these numbers in my head. Do you have a better chance of being one of the top 6 properties between 550 and 6? Or one of the top 6 properties, or whatever the number was, between 6 and 650? In other words, which market gives you the best opportunity to be the shining star? Because that's what it's going to take to get your home sold. Okay, so price presentation, marketing. Marketing does matter. Okay. However, the best marketing in the world, the best internet market, the best print marketing, the best postcards, everything that you could possibly offer, everything that your broker could possibly offer you, doesn't matter if the price is wrong. The best marketing at the wrong price is just telling more people that you're overpriced. I'll give you a script. You got an active listing and obviously the market is talking. Script. Your home's been on the market for 30 days. We're getting an average of a showing a week. We haven't had any offers and the market's talking. And what the market is telling us is it's rejecting our offer. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what do we need to do in order to get your home under contract in the next 30 days? Here's what they're going to tell you. Spend more money on marketing. Now, my response, in other words, you want me to tell more people that your home is overpriced. How about this? I will gladly spend more money on marketing when you price your property at the right price in order to get it sold. Meet me in the middle. David, talk to me.
Yeah, I had a question. When a house is overpriced, does that also help your competition sell their house sooner?
100%. 100%.
Of
As a
course.
matter of fact, strategically, I'm going to use that to my advantage. If I'm showing a home that's between $600,000 and $650,000, and there's 24 properties for sale, 6 are selling every 30 days, so there's a 4-month supply of inventory, and I know the homes that are for sale, and I show you a property, and I know it's not one of the top 6. However, I do know these other 2 homes or this other 1 home is absolutely the shining star out of all of the properties. Well, I'm going to show your home first, and then I'm going to show your home first, and then I'm going to show the next home and say, wait till you see the next home. Now, what's that buyer going to do? They're going to compare the next home to the last home. In other words, you're helping sell the competition. That's you could either be the bride or bridesmaid script. All right. So you could either be the bride or the bridesmaid. Which one would you rather be? One would be the bride. Okay. So the competition is either going to sell your home or you're going to sell the competition's home. Now you get to choose which one it's going to be. And again, I'm spending so much time on price because of the 3 things that affect the sale of a home. The most important thing is price.
Right.
Price. Now, you can have a home that has challenges. In other words, is a home on a busy street. Is that an easy home to sell? No, it's not. However, the right price, it is. Price fixes everything. You could have a home that needs a lot of updates. It's not in great condition. Is that an easy home to sell? No, it's not. But at the right price, it is. Price fixes everything. Now, presentation. Understand, I'm going to spend a few minutes on this and then we're going to wrap it up. Presentation does matter. How a home shows matters. When a buyer walks in the door, their first impression is going to be based on what?
Smell.
Smell.
Presentation.
Smell.
It's going to be based on smell. And if they walk in the door and you have a seller that's smoked in the house for 20 years, the buyer is going to go, yuck, and they're going to turn around and walk out. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes. Presentation matters. Now, the best way for you to improve presentation when you're taking new listings at the lowest cost, the best thing you can do to improve presentation, if you're in a market where they have carpet, and I know for all of us here in Florida, especially South Florida, that like carpet. What's carpet? Because everybody has tile floors, right? But the 2 things that you could do at the lowest expense to improve presentation is paint and carpeting. That's it. Paint and carpeting. If you know an apartment community, what do? Every time they turn over the apartment, new paint, new
And carpet.
carpet. Duh.
It's a
Now,
no-brainer.
take the time to walk through their home and help them stage their home. Script. Once you've decided to hire me, I want you to change your mindset about your home. You know, this is no longer your home. You're selling it, and you know you're going to move. Matter of fact, because you know you're going to move, you're going to start packing. Matter of fact, I want you to start doing that before your home even goes on the market. I want you to take 50% of everything in your home, and I want you to either box it up or put it in storage. I want you to get your home ready to sell. And more importantly, Kim, I want you to get ready to move because you're moving. It's not a question of whether your home is going to sell or not, because it's going to sell and you're going to move. And because you're going to move, I want you to go ahead and start getting ready to move. In other words, I want you to take 50% of what you have and I want you to put it in storage because you don't need everything that's in your home. And that'll just help make the move easier when it's time to move. I want you to get your home to show like a model home. So when a buyer walks in the door, they can see themselves living in your home versus you living in your home. Presentation is going to have the greatest impact on how long they stay in your house. From the moment they walk in the front door to the moment they leave, the one thing that's going to impact the amount of time they spend in your home is presentation. Now, the more time they spend in your home, the more attached they're going to become to your home. The more time they spend in your home, the more they can see themselves living in your home. If you live somewhere and that's hot, like Florida, guys, and it's 95 degrees outside, don't set your thermostat on 78, 80 degrees because you're trying to save on electricity. Drop that thing down to 72 degrees. Make your home cool. If your home is hot, people are going to get in and out. They're not going to want to stay. Cool it off, make it super comfortable, make it look great so people will stay longer. The other thing that you can do when it comes to presentation is when you have a showing, get out. I don't get how many homeowners want to stay home for the showing. Leave. Give that buyer and that real estate agent an opportunity to spend as much time in your home as they want to, because the longer they spend, the more attached they are. Price and presentation, guys. I'm going to give you one thing on marketing. Other than it's you who's marketing the property, not the broker. The one thing I'm going to give you is the one advantage you have over your competition. One of the things that I do to get my home sold for the most amount of time and for the most amount of money in the least amount of time is I get on the phone every day and I call between 80 and 100 potential buyers and realtors. In other words, I start looking for buyers for your home. I'm getting on the phone and I'm calling potential buyers and letting them know about your home. I'm getting on the phone and I'm calling other real estate agents and letting them know about your home. Nobody else is going to do that for you. Those real estate agents who have all that fancy marketing, they're going to sit and wait for the phone to ring. Now, the way real estate works is the moment you put your home on the market, there are buyers. If you have less than 90 days supply of inventory, you have buyers that are looking in that area for a home in that price range. And if the market is less than 90 days supply of inventory, they've already looked at everything that's out there. You hearing me? So the best marketing in the world ain't going to make a bit of difference, because the moment that house hits the market, it's a new listing in an area that's a hot market, and a buyer's going to come look at it because it's new. And it's priced right. If it's priced wrong, nothing's going to happen. But when you put a home on the market in a price range that's hot, in a market that's less than 90 days of inventory, less than 60 days, even better, less than 30 days, even better. And it's going to be a feeding frenzy and it'll sell quick. If it's less than 30 days, it might sell in a day. It might sell in 2 days. And it might sell with several offers. It's not because the property was priced too low. It's because it was priced right in a great market. And marketing had absolutely nothing to do with that home selling. It was a real estate agent who was a local economist of choice, who understands the market and is a strategic pricing professional, who understands how to price properties in order to get your goals accomplished. That's what caused your home to sell. Talk to me, guys.
Hey, John, you brought it really good this morning as usual. And I love the thought that of everything that you said, when that happens, when the speed of conversion occurs, where, the seller says this famous saying, "Oh my gosh, this happened so fast." Over the weekend, you sold my home, we're in escrow. And I have had sellers say, like, to some degree, I feel like they question, like, did we do something wrong here? Because everything lined up so quickly, and that's because we prepared Mr. and Mrs. Seller. We strategically price your home so that speed of conversion can occur. And that's a really good feeling. And maybe one day you could talk about some stories about, like, what you have experienced. But it is a good feeling when you do what you're saying and more, that the home sells in rapid speed, warp speed time.
Yeah. Nathan, well done. You always bring so much value to the conversation. Thank you for that. Here's a question that you ask every seller once they hire you. If your home sells quickly, how are you going to feel about that? That's the question. Okay. Now, if they say I'm going to be super happy, I'm great with that, then cool. But listen for the possibility that they might second guess that you either price the property too low, or maybe you didn't earn your commission. Because get ready for it. When you sell a property quickly, they're going to ask you to discount your fee. Right? Now, you hired me to sell your home. The goals that we talked about when we did the needs analysis, you shared with me what your goals were. Does this offer meet those goals? Yes. Does this offer meet the price you were looking for? Yes. Does it get you out of your home? Does it get your property under contract within 30 days? Well, of course, the answer to that one, guys, is yes, because it happens super fast, right? Okay. Now, you hired me to achieve those goals. Are we achieving those goals? Yes, we are. Don't say anything else after that. Don't fight for your commission. Go back and ask them, did we accomplish your goals? And when they say yes, now, if they want to come back and say, but I still feel like I'm paying you too much. All right, so we can do this. We can reject the sale. We can reject the offer and continue to look for another buyer and take longer to sell your home, possibly sell it for less. And if that's what you want to do, then okay, I wouldn't advise it, but we could do that. David, talk to me.
Okay, if they do that, can we come back with a spreadsheet and show them that with the spreadsheet, we show them how much money they can net, right?
Yeah, you can. I mean, remember, logic makes us think and emotion makes us act. At that point, where are they coming to you from? They're coming from emotion.
Emotions.
Yeah.
So you need to speak to that emotion. So what I want to do is I want to come back with another emotion, which is, if we reject this offer and take longer to sell your home, then I've earned my money. Yeah, well, you have. Okay, cool. Based on what I'm hearing, I've earned my money because it took longer to sell your home. Fine. Now, if your home sold for less money and you had an additional 60 days of holding cost, how would you feel about that? Well, I don't feel good. Okay, it's another emotion. And we're more motivated by avoiding pain than we are by going towards pleasure. So, and when you have two painful situations, the greater pain wins. Now, to them, your fee may be pain, but the greater pain is the possibility of it taking longer to sell their home, having additional holding costs, and selling the home for more, selling the home for less money. They're going to make a decision based on avoiding the greater pain. Guys, we're way over time. So
Thank you, John.
I hope you got value today.